Welcome everybody. Um, my name is Stephen the Jupiterian, and actually, I'm traveling through the zodiac sign with the planet of Saturn, and with the planet of Saturn in Cancer, we have have uh, people born with who feel responsible and very disciplined in the home. And since Cancer is the home body, uh, they like to feel like they're uh, caregiving. They're very extremely compassionate, like any other water sign. But Cancer is a cardinal water sign, so it actually takes initiative or initiates in a very emotional way. And so, yes, actually, here are the cards, tarot cards that are associated with Saturn. The Universal Rider Waite deck card for Saturn is the world, and this is the Lightseers deck of the world. Actually, very disciplined, very cyclical. Actually, they stay the course. And since Cancer is a cardinal sign, they are very pioneering, and with Saturn in Cancer, they are extreme. They may take caretaking to an extreme, where they are um, their intention is clear. Like the Chariot this is the card of Cancer, the Chariot, the Lightseers deck, and this is the Chariot for the Universal Rider Waite deck. So yes, which actually the steering your chariot, Cancer, um, whichever direction you're most comfortable in, and the steering your direction for home, for the nest, the nurturer. You're the nourisher. The is mother energy. So you actually, and also Cancer is ruled by the moon. So you have strong emotional tides and ties to the tides of the ocean. You seek security. You may be quite moody and self-conscious, yet instinctual. And actually, you are very instinctual. You and intuitive. It's like an instinct and intuition, strong intuitional, emotional intuition and instinct. And you're a fierce protector of the family, especially with Saturn and Cancer. You feel the disciplined and responsible for the family, responsible for everyone's emotions. You may feel responsible for um, your mother, or have um, mothering traits, but try not to be too smothering. Actually, we don't want to be someone who's over overly protective, like the helicopter mom. um, and take on other people's problems and may hold some grudges. Saturn in Cancer on the darker side of things can hold a grudge, can be um, melancholic, defensive at times as well, and could become a food addict or comfort food addict. Like the um, emotional. Well, eating when you're in a highly emotional state, um, to comfort yourself with food. Um, but yeah, you take the time to think about how others are doing, you by nurturing and caretaking, um, and the extreme helper. You may be the extreme helper who wants to be there for everyone. But you have to remember to take care of yourself first before you can take care of anybody else. Um, that's why we have the chariot with the dark side and the light side. Actually, which way you're going to steer your chariot. You know, um, and there is no decan for this for Saturn in Cancer. Saturn in Cancer is in detriment. So, yeah, Saturn in Cancer is in her detriment in this sign. Um, so, um, take care. Actually, the way you do things may be a little um, taken the wrong way, or yeah, depends on where you're steering your chariot. Because actually, the Saturn in Cancer, you may overdo things, feeling responsible for everybody else but you sometimes. Although you maybe you feel easily hurt because no one sees that you are, or no one really wants you to take care of them. Well, actually, unless you're their mother. Um, but a complete someone who doesn't ask for help, but you just step in anyway to be helpful. Cancer, your intentions are good, but Saturn may overdo it in Cancer. You may be overly sensitive, and feelings can easily get hurt when you try to help somebody who doesn't want to be helped. Especially, for example, and make sure they want the help and need the help. If they need the help and don't want it, unwanted help, well, actually, you could. It's always nice, you know, but this Saturn is in detriment here in Cancer, so um, tactics you may feel are appropriate, the person receiving them may not feel that way. Sometimes, actually, you are you are such a giver, and you are protect yourself like you do others. And Saturn in Cancer is loves them. it takes mastery and time to care for need to take time for themselves to care for themselves before they can care for another. It's almost like when you're in an airplane and the stewardess is telling you to put your mask on before you help any others. Well, Saturn Cancer, you may forget that you need to do that for yourself, and you'll jump in to put the other person's mask on before you put yours on. So yeah, it's a little backward. That Saturn and Cancer, that you have good intentions and you're not taking care of you. That's mostly important. Uh, and you may feel fiercely protective of others and the family and of your family, and highly intuitive. But hey, keep that in check when you're dealing with your emotion feelings. You um showing compassion is great, but you need to go show compassion for yourself. Learn that um, Saturn and Cancer. So yeah, I think I'm going to have to um, hold on. I actually wanted to make sure I was thinking the right thing, so that's why I paused the video. Sylvester Stallone has Saturn in Cancer. He's a really good example. I will share his chart with you just to share you that he's an eighth house sun in Cancer and Saturn in Cancer. Quite something, I would say. Look at this chart. He's a Sagittarius rising, and he's a day chart. And Saturn, even though he's in detriment, not terrible. Let's see. Um, he has the moon in Libra. So yeah, he's very compassionate of in groups, organizations, people he works with, loves to be with those people that he works with. And Venus in Leo in the ninth house. Wow, okay. Venus in his ninth house rules his sixth and 11th houses. So he's so that's Sylvester Stallone. Saturn in Cancer. Yeah. He's been dealing with some, well, yeah, actually, and look at his life. He's an interesting character. He's an interesting person. And with this eighth Cancer in the eighth house, the Sun and Saturn there. Wow. And Jupiter transiting is this eighth house of his as well. That's interesting as well. Yeah. And Saturn is making a trine to that as also. Wow. All right. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. And so yeah, here we are. That's Saturn in Cancer. Sylvester Stallone. uses that Saturn in Cancer quite well. There are some people who um, his characters are interesting. The characters he plays are very psychological, and so yeah, that's one way of using Saturn in Cancer. He also has the Sun in Cancer. All right, thanks for watching. I'm Stephen the Jupiterian. Here's Saturn in Cancer in detriment. And yeah, next one it'll be Saturn in Scorpio. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you haven't already to get notified when I'm post new videos. Subscribe to my channel if you're new here. And this year we'll be bringing more information to you. And next month we're going to be in the Fire Horse, the year of the Chinese New Year on February 17th. The Fire Horse begins. We're still in the year of the snake, so we're shedding our skin, preparing now for the year of the Fire Horse. So have a good one. Until next time, take it easy. Bye.